opposition in the upper house in the Victorian Parliament. Member for Melbourne.
Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. NASA has just said that February was the hottest month on record ever, smashing a century of global temperature records by a stunning margin, results that scientists have described as a climate emergency. Prime Minister, do you agree with your own chief scientist that under current policies we are losing the battle against climate change?
The member for Herbert will cease interjecting. Member for Herbert will cease interjecting. The Prime Minister has the call.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for Melbourne for his question. Mr Speaker, we are transitioning from an old economy or an older economy to a new one, a 21st century economy, one that is grounded in innovation, in technology, in competition, and every lever of our policy is pulling in that direction. And climate change is part of that response. We have effective and responsible climate change policies that are working. We are on track to beat and meet our 2020 emission reduction target. Our 2030 target is responsible and in line with that of comparable countries. Now, Mr Speaker, the honourable member should recognise that we are reducing emissions with our Emissions Reduction Fund. We're promoting energy efficiency and clean energy innovation, and we're investing in large-scale renewable energy, particularly large-scale solar and storage. Our targets are protected through the emissions safeguard mechanism. Now, as I said in Paris at the Climate Change Conference, we don't doubt the scale of the challenge, but we are optimistic that we can tackle climate change through innovation and our ability to develop and share technologies. And more importantly, rather than endlessly debating rhetoric, and with all due respects to the honourable member, some of the language he used in his question, while no doubt heartfelt, was so imprecise that it is of very little assistance to a government that is seeking to meet a particular challenge and a particular target. Now, what we need in the response to global warming, and I don't doubt the temperature figures that the honourable member referred to, but what we need is a clear commitment of all governments, all major economies, to emissions reduction strategies. We have made those commitments. We have the policies in place. They are working, and that is the object of the exercise. This is not a question. Emotion and passion all have their place, but in terms of reducing our emissions, what we need is policies that work. The policies that are in place are working. They are able to meet the targets that we committed to in Paris, and if they do so, and if other nations continue to do so, we'll be well on the way to ensuring that we meet the global objective.